What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today happened to be one of those happy accidents, so I decided to come out and make a video for you guys. I know it's been a while, so I want to get some content out there. Today there's a lot of helicopter noise in the background, so I'm sorry about that. There's been a fire burning for quite a few months now, so if you hear helicopters, hopefully they're not too bad in the audio here, but it's really smoky out here today. It's usually I can see for miles, and I can't even see the water, which I normally can. So bear with me here today. Today I want to talk about the CZ P10c. I've had this older one for quite a few years now. I just want to talk about the upgrades to this, and then I'll show you what else I got for you. It's had some primary machine slide work done. As you can see here, it does have a primary machine tin and fluted barrel. And it also has the threaded compensator on there. And then I have the Killer Innovations trigger in there. And then it has the Apex short slide stop slide release. And it also has a Trigicon HRS red dot on there. So I've been a fan of the P10c for a long time. It's actually one of the most pointable guns I've had. It's comfortable. The grip texture on this grip is aggressive, but not to the point to where it's over the top. But I was looking at this grip module, and it seems to be the same as the new P10c comp. So there's a lot of videos on this gun. I'm not going to bore you with the details. I'll just give you my thoughts about it. But when I was looking at the grip modules, I was thinking they look exactly the same. So what I plan on doing is swapping this grip to the new comp slide. So I'll do that off camera here in a second. But oh yeah, and I also want to tell you that I have the primary machine guide rod, the tin guide rod, and it's fluted as well. So let me swap the slides, and then we'll get to the actual part of the video that I wanted to do. And there you go. Now I have the FDE grip module on the new comp slide. I wanted to see if that could be possible because of all the upgrades I've already done to the FDE one. Plus I'm a big fan of FDE as well. So you can do that. Once I took the slides off and I compared the two grips, I noticed that they looked identical. So the only thing I was worried about was the videos that I've watched have said you can't use the new magazines in the older P10cs. I think that only matters to the ambi one, because I have the non-ambidextrous mag release, and it works just fine. I function checked them, and they seem to insert. I'm going to load them up here soon, and I'm going to do some first rounds through them. But I wanted to be able to do this because I don't think I've seen anyone else do it. You know, with all the upgrades I've done to it, I kind of wanted to take advantage of that. So I did put the tin guide rod in there from Primary Machines as well. So I'm going to test that out. You guys have seen the stock one being shot, so that's why I kind of wanted to do something a little different today. So stay tuned, and then I'll do some close-up videos of it, and then we'll do first shots, and we'll do final thoughts at the end. Okay, here we go with the first shots. I'm just going to shoot into the dirt just to see how the gun reacts, and then maybe I'll start doing a bill drill or two, or maybe I got 3 targets here. They're about 5 feet apart. I'll probably be about 10 yards from them, and maybe I'll do the 2-2-2 drill, or I don't know. I'll figure something out. But you know, you're just along for the ride. So let's get some rounds down and see how she reacts. pretty happy with that result. She shoots really good. I'm gonna zero the optic now, and then we'll do some drills real quick. And then I'll do my final thoughts. What I also have are some Shield Arms +5 magazine extensions that I've had for a while. So I'll put those in there, test how the gun likes that, and then we'll just go from there. Here we are at the shooting part of the video. It's been a while since I've been shooting, so I'm probably gonna embarrass myself. I'm just pretty much hoping for a clean run. I'll try to do some speed stuff, but mainly I wanna be able to just hit the targets, you know. So the targets are about 5 feet apart from each other, and I'm about 10 yards away. I'm gonna do a draw and a fire, see how fast I can go from a holster to a shot, and then a bill drill or two, and then the 2-2-2 drill. So like I said, I'm gonna try to slow it down and mainly just try to get on target, but we'll see if I can pick up the speed. And then we'll do final thoughts and some things I wish they would improve or add to. So at the end of the video, we'll just discuss that. It kind of got a little windy now. The weather seemed to clear up just a little bit, but it's still really cloudy out here. So I'm gonna get to that and then we'll go from there. There we go, clean run. 252, first shot, 119. Okay, I'm gonna go from a draw, first shot. That was a 1.16. 1.11. 1.03. That was a 1.00. 0.98. 0.97. 0.99. 0.97. Okay, I'm gonna reload and then we'll do a couple bill drills and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, I reloaded the magazines. We're gonna do a bill drill, a couple of those. I'm also using a P10F magazine, which is, I believe, a 19+1, so 20 rounds. And I think it's actually a 21 round magazine. Yeah, 21. And then I'm using the Shield Arms mag extensions, American flag. They did that a long time ago. I don't know if they even do that anymore, but it's a pretty dope magazine. Then we'll just wrap this video up, huh? I believe that one was a miss. First shot was a 133, 2.23 total. I think one of those was a miss, a 123 at 2.29. Okay, missed one. 1.17 first shot, 218 total. Missed one, 1.11. Time is 1.96. I guess we'll just end it there, I guess. I'll go do my final thoughts here in a minute. Obviously, there's a lot more practice I need to do. You got to come out. You got to shoot, man, or you kind of lose it, you know. It's a pressure on yourself. Like I said, it's all fun for me right now, but I really do need to work on some things. I know that. I'm not going to pretend I come out here like I'm the most amazing shooter you've ever seen. There's a shit ton more people that would be a million times better than me. So obviously I have some things to work on, but it is what it is, man. Some days are good, some days are not. But the gun is fantastic. I just like how clean it looks, especially with that factory comp on there. Yeah, I'm happy. It's actually hot as shit now, so. But we'll do our final thoughts and then we'll end the video here. All right, I had to put the sock on my microphone because it's a little windy out here. I wasn't sure how the sound would turn out. Hopefully it's not too bad. My final thoughts are I couldn't be happier with how the gun functioned today. There was no malfunctions whatsoever to be expected. It was nice to actually throw it on a gun that's already been upgraded, so I didn't have to spend extra money on trying to upgrade the new one. I just threw all the stuff on the old one, which is actually kind of nice. The only things I wish they would change. So let's talk about the optics plate. When you order the optics plate from CZ, you got to be careful because I ordered mine from czparts.net. But the only issue is that came directly from the Czech Republic. So that took about 2 weeks for the plate to get here. And then it had to go through customs, and then you had to sign for it when it came to your house. Kind of, you know, it's a little off canter for what normally happens. And the other issue I had was they supplied the screws to screw into the slide, but they didn't include the screws for the optic itself. You know, that can be a little frustrating when you're assuming everything is coming with it so that you can mount your optic to the slide. So then, obviously, now you don't have the screws, so now you got to wait. You got to order some screws from somewhere else. I usually get my screws from Agency Arms because they are titanium screws, and titanium is pretty strong, and you know, the likelihood of shearing off a titanium screw is very, very small. But it was a little frustrating when I got my plate in and I didn't have the optic screws for the optic itself. So that's why this video has taken so long, because, you know, getting the gun and then waiting for the stuff. And so there's two different CZ websites. There's czparts.net, which is from the Czech Republic, and then there's CZ USA. So obviously CZ USA is, I don't know where they're located in the United States. So I'm assuming if you ordered the plate, it would get here a lot faster than about 2 weeks or so. So that was my only frustration. I wish companies would, you know what, just charge us for the extra damn screws. Well, if we order the plate, I just want to get the plate and everything I need to assemble the optic on here. I shouldn't have to order separate screws for the optic itself. I mean, I know there's different types of optics out there, right? But if you have an RMR cut or RMR plate, just assume that they're going to put an RMR on there. But if they're not throwing an RMR on there, then it's up to them to have to try to find the correct screws for their optic. That's all. I was a little frustrated when that happened, but it is what it is. I got some more screws from Agency, and I'm pretty happy with that. And another thing is the magwell. I'm a huge fan of SLR Rifle Works. I have 2 of their magwells on my Glock 19X and then my Glock 43X, and they're more of a minimalist magwell, so they're good for concealed carry. And this gun has been out for quite a long time now, so I don't understand. I mean, there are companies that do make magwells for this firearm, but the only issue is you have to use their plates and their magwells, or I mean their magazine extensions only. Like, the one things I like about the SLR Rifle Works is that you can use the stock +2 extensions like there are in the 19X, or you can use, I believe, these are Shield Arms magazine extensions, so I think you can use that on the Glock as well. SLR, man, if you're listening, please make a magwell for the CZ P10c, because yeah, you can get mag funnels and shit, but that's not my thing. I kind of like the minimal. I like it clean looking, you know, because you see this gap. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I'm just being picky. That's all. And I like all my pistols to have a magwell on them, because it's good to be able to purchase, and it's an extra spot to put your hand, you know. Other than that, I wish they would have upgraded their slide stop slide release, but that's what aftermarket companies are for. And their slide serrations up on the side, I wish they would have maybe even gone up all the way to the top. If you want to look at my previous video for my Glock 19X, where I sent my slide off to Jaegerworks, you can see how I had what was my my initial dream setup for aesthetics for a Glock. They knocked it out of the ballpark. They did everything I wanted, and the slide is beautiful. It's exactly what I want. But another good thing about these is you can still use your CZ, your old CZ P10c holsters. I'm actually using a MMP holster because back in the day they used to say that you should be able to fit this in a Glock 19 holster, and I had a couple and they didn't really fit right. But I still own a couple of MMPs, and when I tried it in those, they fit perfect. So I didn't have to buy a whole new, you know, outside the waistband magazine. A holster for my pistol when I could just use whatever I have now. I mean, I do have a specific concealed carry holster for this, but you know, when you come out to places like this, it's nice to be able to just have outside the waistband that you don't have to spend you know, however much, $100 or more to just do the range day stuff. It's actually an old Blackhawk paddle or Blackhawk holster with the button, but I actually removed the button, so now it just goes in and out without any retention. But it doesn't affect anything out here, you know. I'm not carrying it, so it's just for here, shits and giggles, you know. I actually just wanted to try it to see if I could actually, how it would work without the button in there. So it does make it easy to draw, and I mean, I'm not running around and it's gonna fall out or anything like that, but when I'm just walking, it's perfectly fine. Other than that, it's been a good day. The weather's nice. A lot of smoke around here, man. Holy crap. The rain's coming. The rain is coming, so that's gonna be miserable. So I'm gonna try to come out here and do more videos more often. The busy time of the year for me has passed, so hopefully I'll get more time to do videos for you guys, and we'll just go from there. I'm just gonna stay out here for a little bit longer and zero some stuff that I have, and I got my platypus back again, so now I gotta re-zero that, and the comp on there looks gorgeous. It's beautiful. So that's it. You know, like I always say, you can't put a price on your life. Islander Armory out.